Hey guys, it's me again, Eric here at Mountaintop 9, and I've got a treat for you guys. I never really did unboxing videos on Mountaintop 9 before. That's just not something that I ever did. And, well, today I got a shipment. I got a box in from Diabolic DVD, and it was a box of 7 Blu-rays that I just bought. And I was really excited to get them in the mail, and I thought, you know, I want to go ahead and show them off to you guys. I thought that'd be a good way to get some content, some new content uploaded today. Because I'll tell you what, guys, it's been kind of, I don't want to say a long road, because since the last time I talked to you guys, that was about a month ago that I did that video on camera where I talked to you guys again. And, you know, I told you guys, I'm going to have new content rolling out. Well, that's the truth. Behind the scenes, as I've been re-uploading all of the old content from the Mountaintop 9 archives, as I've been re-uploading all the classic stuff, I've been paving the way and getting things set up for future videos. You guys got to understand, after I went full batshit crazy 3 years ago, and then in the last 2.5 years, I didn't have anything like ready to film new videos. I didn't have a camera anymore. I didn't have a good microphone to use with the camera. I didn't even have a fucking tripod. In addition to that, as you can see behind me, I don't have any of my posters set up. I also didn't have editing software. I didn't have, you know, I just didn't have all the stuff that I needed in order to create Mountaintop 9 videos. But now I am happy to say that I've got everything all set up again. As you can see here, well, you probably can't tell, but I'm using my camera. I'm using my camera that I shoot videos on. I've got my microphone again that I like to use. I've got my tripod set up here. And also I've got all my editing software that I need. Just all of that stuff. Everything that I need to make Mountaintop 9 run, I've got back. Now what I want to do before I start shooting new videos is I want to get up whatever posters I'm going to have in the background, because I really feel like that was always a big part of just adding some character to the Mountaintop 9 videos. I like to have some posters put up, you know, displaying some awesome kick-ass horror artwork. And the cool thing is I've got a great collection of posters, so I always like to go through and like pick, okay, what posters, what one-sheets, what original kick-ass horror one-sheets do I want to have on display in my videos. And if you watch all the old videos, you can see how I would rotate posters. I would have different posters at different times. And I've already got kind of in mind what posters I want to hang up. But yeah, so once I get some posters hung up that I want in the background, I'm going to start doing movie reviews, and I'm going to start doing music reviews. I'm going to be doing both. And nothing is off limits as far as movies or music. I'm going to review whatever the fuck I want to review. We're done with all the fucking nonsense. We're done with all the delusion that I had been living in for a full 2.5 years. Living in complete delusion, okay? I'm ready to do what I love to do and get back into all of that shit. But without further ado, let's start looking at some of the movies I've been buying. Now so here's the deal as far as these movies I've been buying. For the past 3 years, I wasn't buying really much at all. I wasn't keeping in the game as far as buying Blu-rays and stuff like that. So this is exciting to me because I'm finding out about new companies that are just now, like in that intervening time, really like gaining ground in certain niche. Is that the fucking word you use? Niche, you know, N-I-C-H-E. You know, boutique, I guess that's another word people use. But there's all these cool labels cropping up, and they're putting out some really cool Blu-rays. So anyway, let's just start talking about some of the things I've been getting in the mail. Let's look through the 7 Blu-rays that I got from Diabolic DVD today. And Diabolic DVD wraps the shit real good. They wrap your Blu-rays real good. And let's just start talking about some of these cool releases I got. Now, keep in mind, everything that I buy, I have full intentions of doing full-fledged reviews, all right? All right, so the first movie that I got here from Diabolic DVD is Funeral Home. Check that out. Look at that, Funeral Home. All right, this one, Shout Factory put this one out, looks like. See the cover, they got the classic cover there. Now, I really like this release. I'm really excited about checking this release out because it's a special edition. There's a lot of special features on here. And looks like it's got an audio commentary on it. It's got just all kinds of special features. You guys can look that up if you want. But this release is from Shout Factory, and it is Funeral Home. This is a good slasher movie from the director of Killer Party. All right, the guy that directed Killer Party, he also directed Spasms. He directed a movie from the 70s called House by the Lake. Okay, and I'm talking about William Fruitt, as I'm sure you know. Well, he put out this movie. He directed this movie also, and it's kind of a psycho. It's got a lot of the psycho tropes. All right, it's got some cliches going on in it, but it's a fun movie. I really like this movie. It's got some good old dark house type atmosphere to it, and I'm looking forward to doing a full-fledged review of it. So now, here's the next one I got, The Last Slumber Party. The Last Slumber Party. And this DVD, or Blu-ray, I mean, is put out by a company called AGFA. Now, I don't know anything about AGFA, all right? You know, guys, I come from a world of where AGFA didn't exist. I don't know who the hell these guys are, but this release looks awesome. I'm sure they are a really good company. I mean, they're putting out special editions for B movies like this. You gotta love that. But this is a real cheap slasher movie from back in the day called The Last Slumber Party. And guys, this is a movie that I've never even watched the full thing of. The last time I watched this movie, The Last Slumber Party, was back when I worked at Blockbuster Video back in like the year 2000 or 1999, something like that. I worked in different video stores over the years back when they were a thing. And anyway, this movie, The Last Slumber Party, was was on VHS back then, and I remember renting it once, but I didn't watch the whole thing, and I hardly remember anything about this movie. So I'm really looking forward to checking out The Last Slumber Party and checking out the bonus features on here, and if it's worth doing a review of, whether good or bad, as long as I can get some entertainment value out of the review, as long as I have something to say about it, I will review this movie. So that's the second one so far that I got from the Diabolic DVD order I placed, The Last Slumber Party. So I'm going to be checking that one out. All right, guys. Okay, really excited about this. The House of Witchcraft. This release is from a company called, I think they're called Cauldron. They're called Cauldron Films, I think. All I know is the company's called Cauldron, all right? And these guys are new to me. They didn't exist back when I was buying DVDs and Blu-rays, from what I remember, all right? This is an Umberto Lenzi movie, okay? This was made for Italian television, I believe. And I've just always liked this one. It's got a really grim, dark, creepy atmosphere from what I remember. Really hazy look to the film. And it's got some really cool scenes of like this witch, and she's got a severed head and a pot on a stove. So just some really cool stuff going on in this one, and I'm really looking forward to watching it again. I got another one that goes along with that one, okay? It is called The House of Lost Souls. This is another of the Umberto Lenzi made for Italian TV. You know, at the same time, around the same time period, Lucio Fulci did Sweet House of Horrors and The House of Clocks, okay? Those were the two made-for-TV movies that Fulci did. Well, these movies I'm showing you right now, House of Witchcraft and The House of Lost Souls, these are the two that Umberto Lenzi did, okay? And House of Lost Souls, man, I'm really looking forward to watching this one again because from what I remember, it's very similar to Umberto Lenzi's Ghost House, okay? Very similar to that one, so I am really looking forward to it, and yeah, there will definitely be a review for this one. This was put out by Cauldron as well. House of Lost Souls. Some kick-ass Italian horror, you know? Italian horror movies have their own atmosphere that's very unique to them. You know, I love American horror. You know, I love American grindhouse, down and dirty films, but there's also something to be said, a special place in my heart for Italian horror cinema because it has its own special flair as well. Alright guys, so that's 4 of the releases that I got in the mail from Diabolic today. Alright. Here's another one from AGFA. I believe that's what they're called. Yeah, AGFA, looky here. Satan War. They did a release for Satan War. Remember when I reviewed this movie back when it didn't have a Blu-ray or DVD release? Boy, it seems like ages ago. Well, now it's got its very own Blu-ray. And someone told me that in the comments. When I uploaded my old video, my old review for this, I didn't know there was a Blu-ray for this. I had no fucking clue. Well, now you know, someone told me in the comments, they were like, hey, you know, that's out on Blu-ray now. Same thing with some other things I was uploading, old reviews of. They were like, hey, that's out on, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I'm really excited for movies like this finally getting cool releases, you know, with better prints and everything. I'm really looking forward to watching this on this Blu-ray, and who knows, maybe I'll review it again, you know, if it's worth doing you know, another review if I have anything new to say about it. Alright guys, here's one. Man, I am really excited about this. This is from a company called Visual Vengeance, and the movie is The Abomination. Here's the back of it. It looks like it's loaded with special features, and I'm real excited to check out all the special features, but I also need this because I want to do another review of this movie because there are a very, very small handful of movies that I reviewed that are lost now, that weren't backed up to a hard drive, and The Abomination is one of them. So I need to shoot another review for this anyway. So I'm really glad to have this. And to have it on Blu-ray, that's really cool because this is a really weird, fucked up movie, just filled to the brim with gore, and it's just a really sick, sordid flick. And yeah, what else can I say about it right now? It's going to get a good review, The Abomination. So, got that one, and it's from a company called Visual Vengeance. See, I'd never heard of them, man. You got to understand, guys. To me, the heavy hitters of, like, you know, of DVD and Blu-ray that I'm familiar with were going all the way back to the beginning, you know, Anchor Bay, Synapse, Blue Underground, Media Blasters, Code Red, and then, you know, like the last companies I was aware of before I went off the deep end there 3 years ago was, you know, companies like Vinegar Syndrome and maybe a couple other labels. Oh, another good label is Severin. Severin's really good. But anyway, so yeah, I'm excited for these new Blu-ray companies. They're putting out cool releases. All right, so here is the last movie that I received today from Diabolic, and that is Killing Spree. Now, I have mentioned this one before. Killing Spree. Here's the from. So anyway, I've mentioned this movie before on the channel, but it never got a good review done for it. And boy, I'm really looking forward to reviewing this one. Killing Spree. Tim Ritter's Killing Spree. This is a fun movie. I love it. And, you know, I haven't seen it since back in like 2018, I want to say. 2018, 2019 is when I watched it. And I remember just loving it. And just never got around to reviewing it. Well, I got a good copy of it now. Got a nice copy here, and it's going to get a review. Alright guys, so those are all of the Diabolic DVD shipment. Now I want to show you a few other Blu-rays that I got in the mail from just various sellers, and I've got a bunch more coming as well. I've been really going off the deep end ordering movies lately because I need a good stockpile of Blu-rays to review, and I want to watch all these new like prints that they're putting out and special features and shit like that, you know. So I'm really excited about this, guys. Here is one that I cannot wait to do a review of, and that is Midnight. All right, this is a really fun and sick early 80s movie from John Russo. Now, you guys know who John Russo is. Tom Savini did the special effects for this one. This movie was shot in Pennsylvania. And, yeah, man, I've been wanting to do a good full-scale review of this movie for a while. So, it's one I'm going to be doing one for, Midnight. And this one's from Severin, and it looks like there's some good special features on here. I don't know yet, but I'm hoping it's got some extra gore scenes that were cut out of past releases. It says down here at the bottom, it says now scanned in 4K from the negative of the long-rumored uncut version. Hey man, that sounds fucking cool to me. Because I've had other, you know, I had the Vidmark VHS of this, and then I had a cheap, was it Lionsgate did a really cheap DVD release of this back in the day. Those weren't uncut. Those weren't the long-rumored uncut version. So I'm hoping there's some extra sleazy gore shots in this one. You know, some good extra blood spillage from old Tom Savini in here. Yeah, this one's really good, Midnight. Here's one of my favorite movies of all time, Just Before Dawn, the Jeff Lieberman classic. This is the Code Red Blu-ray of this. I had Just Before Dawn. I had a Media Blasters DVD of this from the early 2000s. That was the only release I had ever owned of Just Before Dawn. Well, I finally upgraded, and now I have the Blu-ray from Code Red. I remember when Code Red put this Blu-ray out, but at the time I just wasn't buying Blu-rays. When I was reviewing movies back in the old days, I did not have the ability to burn Blu-rays onto my computer so that I could use them in reviews. I could only use DVD discs. So I just didn't bother buying a lot of Blu-rays because I couldn't use them for reviews. You see what I mean? But now that's not an issue. That's not a problem at all. So I can get whatever releases I want. And I like to get double usage out of the movies I buy. I not only love to watch them, but I like to review them for you guys because it's a lot of fun to review these things. It's from Scream Factory. Alright. Shout Factory's company there. And this Blu-ray's got Ghost House on it and Witchery. And of course, it is the legendary Ghost House from Umberto Lenzi. Alright, we've already been talking about Umberto Lenzi earlier when I was talking about those other two movies. Well, guess what? Ghost House is one of my favorite horror flicks, and I can't wait to finally review Ghost House. I'll tell you that right now. So, I finally got the Blu-ray of this, and we're going to be doing a good review of Ghost House. That's one I've wanted to review on here, on the channel for a long time. Alright, so here's the last release that I'm going to show you guys today in this video. And this is from a company called Culture Shock. I think that's what it's called. I don't have a lot of light behind me, so it's hard for me to read this small writing. But I think it's called Culture Shock. And it is The Video Murders. See that, guys? Look at that classic 80s slasher artwork right there. Look at that. How can you go wrong with artwork like that? That's what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, this movie was made by Jim McCullough Sr. and Jim McCullough Jr. And you guys probably know them if you've watched this channel any length of time. Those are the dudes that made Mountaintop Motel Massacre. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is this movie now is not as well crafted all the way around as Mountaintop Motel Massacre. This is more of a B movie type deal, okay? It's more low rent and sleazy. It's not, you know, this movie makes Mountaintop Motel Massacre look like a Hollywood production, okay? This is a cheaper movie, but I watched it one time. I watched it a couple times, like years and years ago, you know, on VHS. And I just remember thinking it was okay. I wasn't like super impressed with the movie or anything, but that's why I want to give it a rewatch, because it's been many, many years since I've seen this thing. So, and this has got some special features on it that I want to see, and so yeah, hopefully I got some good stuff to say about this and we can do a review for the Video Murders. Just be watching for the movie reviews, guys, and new music reviews. Like I said, you'll know when they come out. It'll be obvious that they're new videos. I'll make it very obvious one way or another in the title. Plus, I'll put in the picture, you'll see like new posters behind me and shit like that. Yeah, guys, I'm excited. I'm thinking about putting my House by the Cemetery poster up. Thinking about putting up a House by the Cemetery one sheet. That's one that I've always liked to keep folded up in storage. I might put that one up. I might put up Madman, you know, the original Madman poster. What do you guys think of The Pit? You know, the original poster for The Pit. The one where the boy, he's in front of the hole where he's got the logs down there and he's holding the Polaroids and he's got his teddy bear in his arms. You guys ever seen that one, The Pit? Man, that movie is fucking hilarious. But anyway, I've always loved the cover art of that movie. That's what drew me to it back in the day. I still remember the first time I rented that movie from Video Varieties, the video store I ended up working at later on. But anyway, I remember the first time I saw The Pit, the VHS, sitting on the shelf with the artwork of the boy sitting there in front of the hole, and he's got that teddy bear with red eyes, and it just really, it's a striking image. I might hang that one sheet up, but I also might hang up my Nightmare poster again or something like that. I don't know. I just want to make sure that I got the right setup for the videos so they have the right character to them. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video, as it were. And in the next couple weeks, I'm going to continue to re-upload more old stuff. Believe it or not, there still is more old stuff that hasn't been re-uploaded. I've uploaded a ton of it, but there's still some more videos that I haven't put up. And anyway, over the course of the next couple weeks, I'll keep doing that. But I'm also going to be filming new stuff, so don't worry about that. Oh, and before I go, there's one more thing I want to talk about before I get off of here, because it's a pet peeve of mine. It's something that really pisses me off. And I've noticed it lately on Blu-ray releases, where you will see regular fans of movies, okay? They must know someone that put out the Blu-ray or whatever, and they get to do an audio commentary for the movie. Okay, hey, that's cool. I have no problem with that. That's awesome. If you have the wherewithal and know the right people and can get on an audio commentary for an official release, hey, more power to you. That's cool and everything. But what I don't like is how on the back of these releases, it will say that the person is a film historian. Man, that shit pisses me off when I see that. When I see someone be so elitist and snobby that they can't just say, hey, audio fan commentary from such and such. You know, that's all it should say. It should say fan commentary from, and then put the name. Or if they're a writer for a magazine or something like that, that's fine. Say they are a journalist that writes for blah, blah, blah. But don't say film historian. Are you fucking kidding me? That is so snobby. It's elitist. It makes it sound like that person is better than other people that sit down and watch the same fucking movie. Let's not put on a front here. Anyone that's a fan of a movie and they're doing a commentary for the release, I would envision and hope that they are a person just like me, who the reason they're doing that commentary is because they grew up watching that movie and it made an impression on them. They're a fan, they know stuff about it, and they want to share recollections. So you're no different than me, all right? That person's no different from me. They're no different from you. So I just hate that whole film historian label that they slap on there. And you know, it might be the companies. It might not even be the person. It's probably not even the fucking person doing the commentary that says, hey, make sure on the back of the box that you say I'm a film historian. I doubt that's what it is. It's probably the companies saying we need to attach a title to this person. Because if we don't say they are a film historian, people won't give a shit what they say. Well, I'll tell you what. This is my opinion, and I want to make it known. I think that when you put film historian in front of the person's name, that makes me not want to listen to their commentary, okay, as much. That kind of dampens my enthusiasm because it makes me feel like that person thinks they're better than other people. You know what I mean? I don't like snobbiness. I don't like shit like that. I don't like an elitist fucking attitude. I like people who just want to share the love of these movies, okay? And if you got info, if you got a way of enlightening other horror fans, if you got factoids that you want to share, then share them, motherfucker. But don't act like, you know, you're like Indiana Jones. You know, that's what that makes me think of. Someone saying they're a film historian. It's almost like they have this vision that the person is fucking going through caves somewhere and collecting artifacts and fucking swinging on ropes, and they've got big rolling boulders going down behind them, and they've got to hurry up and roll and get out of the pit before a bunch of snakes bite them and shit. You know, like in the Indiana Jones movies where he's always trying to escape danger and stuff like that. That's what it sounds like when you say film historian. It's like, holy shit, this person isn't a regular person like me or you, you know, that just wants to watch the movies and talk about them. No, this motherfucker's been out in the wild somewhere, and they've been crawling through caves and fucking eating tarantulas and shit. That, you know, it's too much, guys. Stop calling yourself a film historian, and if someone wants to call you a film historian, correct that person and say, hey, don't put that in front of my name. That makes me sound like a snob. I hope I've never came off like ultra snobby on this channel, because that's never been my intention. You know, when I'm sharing stuff about movies and telling you what I think about them and stuff, I never have in my head that I'm better than other people. I can't stand that stuff when people think they're better than other people. But anyway, guys, be looking forward to the new videos, and I'll be seeing you guys again real soon.